I lost over $10 million and I want to share the story with you so that you can not make the same mistakes that I made. Because if you can learn something and avoid some of the mistakes that I made, that'd mean a lot to me, because the mistakes I made, yeah, they cost me money, but in reality, it was the hardest time of my life. By 2022, I quite literally could retire. I was incredibly selfish because I wanted this next big chapter. And so I went down this road and I was like, I'm going to not be a mentor anymore. I'm not going to be a business mentor. I'm going to stop this very successful business that generates anywhere from $4 to $10 million a year with insane profit margins. And I'm going to go over to arguably, potentially one of the more difficult business models possible. I lost over $10 million and I want to share the story with you so that you can not make the same mistakes that I made. So when I was 19, 20, I lost all the money I made from being a very successful teenage entrepreneur, and I ended up about $1 million in debt. I spent the next 10 years both getting out of that debt and creating a lot of financial success, having a lot of money and a great life, and then I lost about $10 million. Some of that money was mine, some of that money was investors. And I want to tell you the story today. And I want to tell you the story because I want you to get the lessons. Because if you can learn something and avoid some of the mistakes that I made, that'd mean a lot to me. That'd mean a lot to me because the mistakes I made, yeah, they cost me money, but in reality, it was the hardest time of my life. And I'm really, while I'm emotionally and on my nervous system on the other side, still paying back investors, still making right to the agreements I made, and boy, in hindsight, it's so stupid and silly. And while let's just get into the lessons of this. So I'll set to the stage, the story. By 2022, I quite literally could retire. Legitimately, outside of buying multiple houses and flying private, I could live in a multi-million-dollar house and live my life, and if not retire, work 5 hours a week. And my son was being born. And there was this, I don't know, there's my ego in my ear being like, what's next? What's the new big thing? And at that moment, it should have been stability. At that moment, it should have been certainty. At that moment, I was incredibly selfish because I wanted this next big chapter to prove, X, Y, and Z, whatever thing that, we can psychoanalyze until we're blue in the face. Sucks talking about this, honestly. It's not fun looking in the mirror when you don't like what's there sometimes. And so I went down this road and I was like, I'm going to not be a mentor anymore. I'm not going to be a business mentor. I'm going to stop this very successful business that generates anywhere from $4 to $10 million a year with insane profit margins. And I'm going to go over to arguably, potentially one of the more difficult business models possible. And so I said, I'm going to go and acquire businesses and grow them. And I'm going to go and do the hardest thing possible. Of course, at that time, I didn't think or know that it was the hardest thing possible. So I raised money from friends of mine, almost entirely from friends of mine. And at the same time, my wife, as soon as our son came, my wife came to me and said, hey, I want to move away from California. There's this house over here. And it became this sort of dream house. And after watching her go through the pregnancy is not easy. And as the dad, as the partner, you feel out of control, and you feel bad, and you feel you feel just like you're helpless. So I was like, yeah, let's do this dream house. And we scoped out this dream house. And then the truth of the matter was, at that moment, I had really two paths. A path where I said, hey, I'm gonna focus on my family right now, and I'm not gonna put a lot of stress on myself, and let's build this dream home and this kind of compound and have all this land. Or let me build this portfolio company. And I tried to do both. And it was me trying to have my ego and me trying to be the best dad and the best husband at the same time. And a lot of times, you can't be the best of all the archetypes. Like, you can be the best business owner, but you can't be the best business owner and the best dad or the best partner. And in hindsight, like, what I should have done is either said, hey, you know what? I really want to do this portfolio. Let's just kind of do it this way. And then keep in mind, my wife wasn't coming to me being like, let's do this big thing. I just simply was like, yeah, let's do it the coolest possible, biggest way. And like, in that way, it was never her pressure. And at the same time, nobody was pressuring me to do the portfolio company. It was this whisper in my ear. And it wasn't a good whisper. It wasn't, I always say, the things that I know, I've learned this, the things that I know that are true come from up above and go shivers through my back, down through my spine. And the things that I know that I shouldn't listen to, they're whispered in my ear. And this was whispered in my ear. So I start working more and more and more without even knowing why. And my wife, she never ever shouted out at me in a physical sense. But she did in the, why are you doing this? Don't you have everything you want? And I can look back and be like, well, you know what, if this happened, there was this one point in the building the portfolio where I had two people that were gonna invest $15 million. And if that $15 million would have invested, this would have happened and that would have happened and that would have been all fine. Instead, everything came crashing down. The things I invested in, a lot of them weren't good investments. I grew it too fast. I did my absolute best on all of it. There's not a part or moment where I'm like, hey, I sucked at that. And there's a lot of things that happened that I literally couldn't control. And it was this cascade. And the unfortunate part is when you're used to the cascade going upwards, which is what the 7 years before it were, it's really hard to deal with every possible fire happening at all at the same time. Having to fire 90 people in a day, having to call people that you love that have trusted you and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to pay your money back. Having to deal with people potentially suing you. Having to make it so that you can't pay things. And not like big things, like small things. Because you can get into a place when you're going in that ego that you say yes to too many of the decisions that you should have said no to, or at least not right now. And so I ended up in this place where I hurt a lot of people for no real reason. Like, there's no one putting a gun to my head and saying, hey, you had to do this. And so I think the best version and the best thing that could have ever happened, which has, is the humility that it brought me. The living life with literally not a dollar to my name Like being seen as a multimillionaire and living a multimillionaire life, but being absolutely broke in cash. Not getting to rehearse, hey, I don't have money to pay you, over and over and over and over again. Having to restructure debt, having to restructure acquisition deals, having to look someone in the face and just be like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you trusted me, but I'm out of integrity with this. And like, most entrepreneurs deal some version of this, especially if you're trying to like do that next thing. But like, one thing I want you to take from this video, from the pain that this has caused me and the people in my life, that I've caused the people in my life, is you gotta know what the cost is of more. Because like, I didn't need any more. I could have the house I wanted, I could have the cars I wanted, I could have the vacations I wanted, I could have the time I wanted. And like, there's no version of, well, the economy changed. No, that's a lie. Oh, AI changed. No, that's a lie too. I completely take the responsibility that things didn't go the way as I planned them. Life never ever goes that way anyways. But more deeply, I didn't spend the amount of time asking myself the question, was this in alignment with what I really want in life? How bad do I want more? Because my thought was, well, I want to go from a decamillionaire to being worth 100 million. But like, for what reason? At what cost? I also think in all of this, I've learned a lot of lessons around how difficult it is to manage your nervous system, your emotions. You know, like when I went from a negative million to plus a million again, most of that was made with reactive, willful consciousness of just like, go, 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 go. And then, you know, what allows you to multiply wealth a lot of times is not willful consciousness. It's intellectual, intuitive consciousness. And it made me learn a lot about that. It made me be very okay with what is. It made me very okay with being embarrassed. It was just like, hey, this is how it is. I mean, the paradox of the last number of years in losing that amount of money and being in just absolutely insane situations where it's like, I literally do not have 10 grand to pay for this. Like, to be in that place again is insane. It's insane. You know, to go from acquiring companies for millions of dollars in cash to like having nothing, to having more than enough money to think about any life thing, anything that came up, and then not. Guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And so, you know, when I mentor entrepreneurs, after having gone through this experience, my lens is like, don't listen to the ego. Don't listen to the ego. And the way that I describe, the way that I'm able to like understand the ego is if you get excited about something, it's probably not the ego. Okay. So like, I put the best way I put this is when the decisions of like, hey, do the portfolio company, and the decisions of, you know, build this, you know, beautiful house on all this land and this kind of mini compound's the best way I could put it. The mini compound scared the crap out of me. Not because of the money, but it meant you know, like it was losing like the California vibe that I loved so much. It was, I felt like I was losing something. Even though it was exciting in a way, it was exciting for what things could be, but it felt scary from an identity perspective. It felt scary from a like, wow, I know this is alignment, but the portfolio was none of that. It was like, oh my God, imagine what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be so fun. And when you get that, when you hear that internal, like what I just said, that's your ego. So 2022, it was like kind of this big up, and about 18 months went by. And man, things were going good, and then it was just like domino, house of cards is the best way I could put it. And I mean, if you're watching this video, if you're an investor, if you're a friend of mine, if you're somebody that had some level of impact being in my sphere of influence, man, I appreciate you for your flexibility and your love and your understanding. I think that's a big thing I learned is having great people around you. You know when you have great people around you, when you lose kind of everything, right? And most of the people around me were still and are still by me, helping me out, believing in the best version of me, not the downed version of me. So how'd the story end? Well, certain businesses I had to bring back to banks, certain businesses I had to bankrupt, certain businesses I had to sell at like 90%. Like it didn't work. Like when I say it didn't work, it just, what I tried did not work. And it put me to my knees enough so that the universe could speak the truth that being a CEO is not what I'm meant to do. Being even running a business isn't necessarily what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to transmit the lessons I've learned. I'm meant to mentor entrepreneurs. I'm meant to do the exciting parts of being able to take all that I've learned and helping other entrepreneurs, and to help people transition to be entrepreneurs and to be sovereign in the way that they experience their reality. To be able to help them with their mindset and the things that I'm good at, and helping them through the difficult parts of being an entrepreneur. And part of it, even though I wish I didn't have to go through the experience I just went through, I'm grateful that I get to experience the pain that I know so many people go through in their own way. So, that is how I lost $10 million. Technically went into more than $1 million of debt. Still paying back investors and people that helped me out. And I guess a renewed focus and a renewed love of what I know I'm good at. Because I'm really good at helping people. I'm really good at sharing what I've learned with people. And for a long time, I've tried to stay away from that, as if I was too good for that. And the truth is, I'm not. And I just want one last piece. I know I've been going for a long time on this. If you're in it right now, if it sucks right now for you, remember this too shall pass. Like, it may be too much for you. I know it was too much for me. It might be too much on your nervous system. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to listen to the good music. Don't forget to go for the walk. Don't forget to realize that as quick as it goes down, it can come back. It can go back even better. Keep your head up. It is a journey, but perhaps not a journey to the top of the mountain. A journey in the field, so we can look at the mountain in beauty instead of have to go through the pain of climbing it. the end of my therapy session.